Hey, welcome back to my journey through all the Best Picture winners. Best Picture Marathon theme song. We're now up to Best Picture winner number 4, Cimarron, an RKO picture from 1931 directed by Wesley Ruggles. Cimarron is a sprawling tale from an Edna Ferber story about a family that goes to Oklahoma during the big land rush in 1889. Kind of parallels this family's story with the growth of the community and the building of cities and covers like a 40-year period. The lead actor in this is Richard Dix, but more importantly, the lead actress in this is Irene Dunne. I think this was Irene Dunne's second film, but this is the one that really made her a star. It was her first Oscar nomination for Best Actress, and in my opinion, she gives the best performance in the movie. Dunne herself liked the film quite a bit when it first came out, but later in her life when she rewatched it, she called it hammy. And I have to say, I agree. This was my first time watching Cimarron, and after rewatching All Quiet on the Western Front recently, boy, what a step down. Cimarron was not great. It's generally considered to be one of the worst Best Picture winners. It was actually a very critically acclaimed movie when it came out, and it was a popular movie. Sometimes movies just don't hold up over time. There are a lot of dated elements, it moves very slowly, the sound is real bad. The movie is also kind of a thematic paradox. The characters spend a lot of time debating things like social injustices and racial inequity, and yet, even as the movie decries the plight of Indigenous Americans or other minorities, we're still seeing minority characters portrayed in offensive, broad stereotypes. The movie also embraces the colonialist ideology of manifest destiny, that it's essentially fate for the white settlers to tame the frontier and to bring their culture to the savage Indians. RKO reportedly spent about $1.5 million to make this film, which, if you think about when this movie was made, is astronomical. Just 2 years after the stock market crashed and during one of the darkest times in the Great Depression. The movie opens with a pretty spectacular recreation of the Oklahoma land rush. The movie primarily takes place in the town of Osage, and the entire town was a set that was built for the movie. RKO had spent so much money on the film, even though audiences and critics both liked the movie, there was just no way it was going to recoup that enormous budget at that time. It wasn't until the film was re-released a few years later that it actually made a profit for RKO. Interestingly, this is the only film produced by RKO that ever actually won Best Picture. I would probably say this is my least favorite of the 4 that I've watched so far, and of course, having seen most of the subsequent Best Picture winners that I haven't gotten to for this yet, I can pretty safely say Cimarron's going to be extremely low on my list. Joseph von Sternberg's Morocco would have been a much better choice, or even better, Charlie Chaplin's City Lights, which is, I think, an absolute masterpiece. It's in my top 10 favorite films of all time, and it was nominated for nothing. Either of those would have been much more worthy of the Best Picture award. Okay, see you next time.